I get asked this question probably every day, and you probably get asked 3 times a day. Do you have any guesses on what interest rates are going to do this year, or is any information on what other people think interest rates are going to do this year?
If I really knew the answer, I would probably be doing something else and have a lot more money. But just a general guess and forecast. Mortgage Bankers Association and Goldman Sachs both have forecast that the mortgage rates are supposed to come down throughout 2024 and 2025. That's based on a lot of assumptions, thinking that the Fed monetary policy, they're going to start decreasing the federal prime rate. It's also assuming inflation will stay down. So there's a lot of variables that go into it. But the general trend that we all believe is going to happen over the next few years is just a steady and slow decrease in interest rates. Which is great, because the longer you wait, if you're able to get a better interest rate, of course, you're going to have a lower mortgage payment. But on the flip side of that, we do think that as rates come down, some homeowners that maybe have a 3% interest rate on their current home, as we get closer to like 5%, they may have more incentive to go ahead and sell and then buy another property. So there'll probably be a lot more competition in the market. You can maybe speak to this as well. So I really do believe that we may see more competing offers, a lot more people bidding on the same house, maybe bidding it up a little bit, and just in general, a steady increase in home prices as those interest rates come down over time.
Yeah, I think you're right. And not only could there be more sellers entering the market that's going to be buying a property, I think you have a lot of people that's been waiting for interest rates to come down, maybe out of necessity. Maybe, you kind of got used to what you could afford for a certain amount a month, and now that went up $500 a month, but you're getting the same exact house that you could have got 18 months ago. So I understand why that has made some people want to just wait and see what happens. I do think that you're right. I think that it's not going to be as crazy as what 2020 and 2021 was as far as price appreciation goes. But over the last 12 months, really price appreciation has only been about 1 or 2%. And I would expect that once we see rates get back down in the fives, I know we have a ton of buyers in the office that's just waiting for that to happen. And we're not the only ones, they're not the only ones. So I would expect a lot more competition. When that happens, you're going to have multiple offers, you're going to have prices should appreciate more than likely. So there's going to come a point, and I don't know where the break even is, but if you wait and prices go up, then you're going to be right back where you were with a 7% interest rate as far as your monthly payment goes. If the house you're wanting to buy goes up by 20 or 25,000, and if you bought with a 7% interest rate, you could refinance when rates come down. It will cost you a little bit, but probably isn't going to cost you as much as what the house going up is going to cost you. So, I don't know what the perfect timing is. And it's hard to know. I think the right time is whenever somebody's ready. But if they're trying to figure the market out, my suggestion would be if something comes up this spring that you're really interested in, would probably go ahead and move on it, because summer, if rates are close to 5, you're going to have a lot of competition coming, I believe. So, we'll see. I hope that we're in a situation to where rates are in the 5s. That would make a lot of buyers happy, and that would probably make a lot of sellers happy too. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I saw a survey, it was a few months ago, that they went out and asked several people at what interest rate would they actually consider selling and purchasing another home. And I believe over 70% of the respondents said that in that 5% range is when they would be looking to move. So I think that's kind of the target point, is when we'll see a big influx of buyers.
Yeah, I saw a survey yesterday. It said 67% of people regretted not buying a house, I think, over the last 12 months, or maybe in between like 6 and 12 months ago. So yeah, there's a lot of people that are still looking, and the market is slower as far as houses days on the market goes. And so that's just caused by the buyers taking a step back. And once they come back in, those properties should move, and then it's going to get multiple offers, and they're really going to start moving again. So It's hard to know for sure, but I think the best advice is when you're comfortable, buy, and then if you get the opportunity, refinance. But also, and I think you would agree, don't overextend yourself just to get into a house, and you hope that interest rates come down, because it's possible that they won't. So you got to be comfortable with that decision and make it when you're ready as a buyer.
Yes, absolutely. I definitely agree with that. And actually, that's part of what I always recommend to all of my clients is to sit down and take a look at your budget. If you've never owned a house before, it's even a good idea. Let's say if you talk to me and I say, okay, the mortgage payment on this house would be $1,500. If you're paying rent right now and it's $1,000, go ahead and start allocating $1,500 total. Maybe put that extra $500 in a savings account. And try it out for 4 to 6 months. Make sure you're comfortable with that and you can budget accordingly. And then before you know it, number one, then all of a sudden you have $3,000 saved up that then you could put towards a house or moving expenses or furniture. But it also helps prepare you and just to confirm that you're able to do that and you're going to be totally fine financially.
Yeah, that's good advice. It's really good advice.